Hello everyone. Today we are going to revise the chemical bond topic, important topics. Already we have discussed what yesterday VBT. VBT concept we have discussed. Okay. And next thing what we have to understand is that VSCPR theory, MOT, both are important theories. Valential electron pair repulsion theory, molecular orbital theory, and resonance dipole moment also. Okay. So resonance dipole moment, molecular orbital theory, and VSCPR theory, hybridization concept. These are very important areas of chemical bond lesson. Okay, so today and tomorrow we will revise once again these topics. What are the topics to be discussed? VSCPR theory, molecular orbital theory, already VBT completed. Next, resonance and dipole moment. So these topics we are going to revise. Remaining topics you have to read on your own. Types of chemical bonds, all these things, hydrogen bonding, metallic bonding, these all you read on your own. Only I will revise these topics. Dipole moment, resonance. Next, this one molecular orbital theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Remaining all you have to read. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about VBT, important areas. And next, in VSCPR theory. So VSCPR theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. So in this theory, what are important areas to be understood here? In valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, what mainly we have to understand is that the type of what here molecular shape and orbital geometry. I told you ClF3 molecule. Okay, orbital geometry is different and molecular shape is different. Orbital geometry is different, molecular shape is different. Simply how to identify which type of hybridization is in this? Okay, what I told you, the central atom has 7 valence electrons, and here three monovalent atoms means three bonds. Three monovalent atoms, three bonds. Three bonds indicates three bond pairs. Three bond pairs. Okay, and here in three bonds, how many electrons given by chlorine? The central atom chlorine gives how many electrons? 3 electrons given. Still, how many electrons left over? 4 electrons left over. 4 electrons means how many lone pairs? 2 lone pairs. 2 lone pairs. So like this here, 2 lone pairs are there, 3 bond pairs are there. 2 lone pairs and 3 bond pairs are there. Therefore, what is VSEPR notation? Therefore, VSEPR notation of this molecule is what? A, central atom A, B3, 3 bond pairs, and L2, 2 lone pairs. Total number of electron pairs, how many? Total number of electron pairs. Total number of electron pairs, how many here? 5. Therefore, how many hybrid orbitals? 5 hybrid orbitals. 5 hybrid orbitals. So 5 hybrid orbitals will be present in which type of hybridization I told you? sp3d. In sp3d, what will be there? 5 hybrid orbitals will be there. So sp3d has what? 5 hybrid orbitals. Okay, like this, sp3d will be the type of hybridization in ClF3 molecule. Okay, so in ClF3, chlorine is what? Central atom with 7 valence electrons. Out of 7, 3 electrons given for 3 bonds, and 4 electrons left over in the form of 2 lone pairs. 3 bonds are there means 3 bond pairs. How you got 3 bonds idea? Each chlorine is monovalent. That's why we got this one here. It is one thing. Next, one more formula I told you. To find out hybridization means number of hybrid orbitals. To find out number of hybrid orbitals of this given molecule, what we have to take? Formula V plus M minus C plus A. So V plus M minus C plus A means what here? What is H in this case? Number of hybrid orbitals. V is what? Number of valence electrons of central atom. Number of valence electrons in the central atom. M is what here? Number of monovalent atoms. Number of monovalent atoms surrounding central atom. Number of monovalent atoms surrounding central atom. In this example now, chlorine valence electrons how many? Central atom valence electrons how many? 7. So 7 valence electrons. Plus, and here monovalent atoms. How many monovalent atoms are there? 3. Each fluorine, each halogen is monovalent atom. Each hydrogen also monovalent atom. So generally in the covalent molecules, if the surrounding atom is hydrogen or halogen atoms. Okay, the number of monovalent atoms we have taken. Number of monovalent atoms is equal to number of hydrogen atoms and number of halogen atoms around the central atom. So here around central atom, how many monovalent atoms are there? 3. So number of monovalent atoms 3 minus here, is it cation or molecule or anion? It is molecule, neutral molecule it is. So when molecule is taken, cation charge will be 0, anion charge will be 0 for the given molecule. Any molecule is neutral, na? Any molecule is neutral. So when molecule is taken, cationic charge will be 0, anionic charge will be 0. So cationic charge 0 plus anion charge 0. So now 7 plus 3, how much? 2. So here what we have to take this formula? H is equal to half of V plus M minus C plus A. So half into this one here. Half into this one. So half of 7 plus 3. So 7 plus 3, how much? 10. 10 by 2, how much? 5. Therefore, 5 hybrid orbitals we got idea. So we got the idea of what? 5 hybrid orbitals. So the formula is what here? H is equal to number of hybrid orbitals is equal to half of V plus M minus C plus A. V plus M minus C plus A we have to calculate first, divided by 2. Will give what? Number of hybrid orbitals. Number of hybrid orbitals 5 indicating what? sp3d. sp3d. For sp3d hybridization, what is the orbital geometry? Orbital geometry will be what? Trigonal bipyramid. Trigonal bipyramid will be orbital geometry. Remember. So what is orbital geometry here? Orbital geometry. So orbital geometry is what here? Trigonal bipyramidal. Orbital geometry is what? Trigonal bipyramidal. Orbital geometry is trigonal bipyramid, but what will be shape of this ClF3 molecule? Molecular shape will be different. In this case, lone pairs are there now. Whenever at least one lone pair is there, if at least one lone pair is there in the given molecule, in that case, orbital geometry will be different from molecular shape. Molecular shape and orbital geometry, both will be different. In which case, if at least one lone pair is present. In ClF3 molecule, what we have understood now, two lone pairs are there here. Whenever lone pairs are there, what we have to understand concept, the molecular geometry, trigonal bipyramid here, pyramidal shape here. Then molecular shape will be different. The molecular shape here is T shape. What is shape here? T shape. T shape means what? T-shaped molecule is what? ClF3. So trigonal bipyramid geometry is what? Orbital geometry. Remember, orbital geometry means what now here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hybrid orbitals here. 5 hybrid orbitals of trigonal bipyramid shape. So here in the middle, what now here? Trigonal shape here. Trigonal shape, and one pyramid above, one pyramid below. Like this, it is trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal geometry it is, right now. Now in this case, in trigonal bipyramid geometry, okay, so what I told you, if lone pairs are present, these lone pairs must be present only at which positions? 3 equatorial positions or 2 axial positions, where the lone pairs of electrons must be placed. They must be placed at what? Only equatorial positions. The lone pairs of this trigonal bipyramid geometry of orbital geometry, we have to keep the lone pairs only at equatorial positions. Then only the minimum repulsions will be there. Whenever minimum repulsions are there, stability will be greater. So what we have to understand here, here one lone pair, here one lone pair. So 2 lone pairs we have to imagine here. So these 2 lone pairs of electrons should be placed at equatorial positions. And the remaining places, what now here? Here one bond pair, here one bond pair, here one bond pair. So 3 bond pairs. Now these 3 bond pairs with which atoms? Fluorine, fluorine, and fluorine. So with fluorine atoms, bonds will be formed here. The central chlorine, the central Cl will form one bond with fluorine, one bond with fluorine, another bond with fluorine. So 3 bonds with fluorine. And 2 lone pairs will be present in 2 hybrid orbitals. Here each hybrid orbital is of which type? sp3d hybrid orbital. So out of 5, 2 sp3d hybrid orbitals will contain what? 2 lone pairs. Is that clear, ma? So like that, what is the molecular shape here? Molecular shape. Molecular shape of what? ClF3. Of ClF3 is what, ma? Which shape it is? Molecular shape is what now here? T shape. Capital T shape we have to say. Capital T shape. So ClF3 is what? T-shaped molecule. ClF3 is what? T-shaped molecule. So like this, the orbital geometry will be different and molecular shape will be different in case of the molecules where at least one lone pair is present. If lone pair is not there, suppose you take this one. If you take PCl5, PCl5. Now in case of PCl5, the central atom has how many valence electrons? 5 valence electrons. 5 valence electrons. Now how many surrounding atoms? Monovalent atoms, how many? 5 monovalent atoms. So how many bonds should be taken? 5 bonds. Now 5 bonds means how many bond pairs? 5 bond pairs. 5 bond pairs of electrons. And here, out of 5 valence electrons, 5 electrons given. The phosphorus central atom has what? 5 valence electrons. All 5 valence electrons given for 5 bonds. Na? There are no lone pairs left over here. So 0 lone pairs. 0 lone pairs. So lone pairs are not there here. Lone pairs are not available in phosphorus central atom. Only 5 bond pairs there here. Now what will be the notation? AB5. AB5 is what? VSEPR notation for PCl5 molecule. PCl5 molecule. Now in this case, what now here? There are no lone pairs, 0 lone pairs here. In this case, orbital geometry. So no lone pairs here. So orbital geometry or molecular shape, both will be same here. Okay, molecular shape or and so orbital geometry and molecular shape will be same. Will be same. So what is the molecular shape here? Will be same. That is will be same. That is the trigonal bipyramid. Trigonal bipyramid. So trigonal bipyramid shape is there for both orbital geometry and molecular shape. Molecular shape and orbital geometry both will be same here. Why? There are no lone pairs here. There are no lone pairs and only bond pairs are available here. That's why all will be having what now here means both will be same here. Orbital geometry and molecular shape both will be what here? Trigonal bipyramid shape. Okay. So this point we have to mainly understand here. So it is about what now the concept of VSEPR theory and hybridization. Okay. Once I will miss what here. Just I will adjust the board. You take the screenshot once. Okay. Just a moment. Already. These all things already we have discussed. Just it is for reference only. Just revision class it is. Okay. So like this, so first we have to understand what now the concept of VSEPR theory. And according to VSEPR theory, lone pair repulsion will be greater. Bond pair repulsion will be greater. What is the order of repulsion? Lone pair repulsion will be greater than what? Lone pair bond pair will be greater than what? Bond pair. So according to VSEPR theory, what is the concept now? So repulsions. Repulsions will be greater in which case? LP. Repulsions greater than what? LP. Repulsions will be greater than what? BP. I told you yesterday, reasoning is important. The order, okay, order everyone can say. LP repulsions will be greater than, LP repulsions will be greater than, BP repulsions. Okay, everyone knows. What is the reason? In descriptive examination, reasoning is very important. Tell me why LP repulsions are greater here. The reason is that between lone pair and lone pair, repulsions will be greater because lone pair is attracted by only one nucleus. Lone pair is attracted by what? Only one nucleus. That means central atom. Only the nucleus of central atom will attract what? The lone pair. So lone pair is held by only one nucleus of central atom. But the bond pair will be held by two nuclei, central atom nucleus and surrounding atom nucleus. The nucleus of surrounding atom, the nucleus of central atom, both will be holding what? The bond pair. That is why what we have to understand, the lone pair is attracted by only one nucleus of central atom, whereas bond pair is attracted by two nuclei of central atom as well as surrounding atom. Therefore, the lone pair will be more diffused. The lone pair electron cloud, the electron cloud of lone pair is more diffused. It occupies more space. Lone pair will occupy what? More space. That is why lone pair repulsion will be greater. Okay, the electron cloud of lone pair will be larger than what? The bond pair. That is, the repulsions will be greater between lone pair and lone pair. Okay, so this point main we have to understand. So LP repulsions are greater than, LP repulsions greater than BP repulsions. Okay. Now tell me here, why the molecules will get different shape from orbital shape? Suppose in example of previous case CLF3, orbital geometry is trigonal bipyramid. The 5 sp3d hybrid orbitals of CLF3 have taken which shape? Trigonal bipyramid shape. But the molecular shape of CLF3 is what? T shape. Why the difference is there in molecular shape and orbital geometry here is that, so due to repulsions between lone pair and bond pair repulsions. What is the main aim here for the molecule? What is the main aim of the molecule here? To get more stability. The main aim of any atom or any molecule is to get what? More stability. When more stability is attained here, the stability will be more. Only in which case? If what? If the what here? Lone pair repulsions are bond pair repulsion, anything. If any repulsion is what now here? If any repulsion is what? Lesser. So if less repulsion is there, always it will be what now here? More stable. Lesser the repulsions, greater stability, remember. When repulsions are lesser, stability will be greater. That point keep in mind. Okay. So if all bond pairs are there in one molecule, in a given molecule, all bond pairs of electrons only there, suppose. No lone pairs there. When no lone pairs are present, only bond pairs are present, that molecule will be having what now? Symmetrical nature, more symmetrical nature. That point we have to understand. See, one point what we have to understand is that PCl5, what is the notation? AB5. No lone pairs. There are no lone pairs. When there are no lone pairs, this PCl5 molecule will be taken as what now? The molecule with regular geometry. When molecule is with regular geometry, mu will be what now? 0. Dipole moment will be 0. Dipole moment is 0 means polar, non-polar it is? Non-polar molecule. When we say non-polar molecule, if dipole moment is 0. When dipole moment will be 0? If the molecule is having regular geometry. Regular geometry means what here? Regular geometry means what? Orbital geometry is equal to molecular shape. If molecular shape and orbital geometry both are same, if orbital geometry is equal to molecular shape, in that case that molecule is said to be having what? Regular geometry. When molecule has regular geometry, the dipole moment will be 0. Whenever dipole moment is 0, the molecule is called non-polar molecule. That point keep in mind. So what is dipole moment here? Mu is equal to charge into distance. Here distance means what? Bond length only. Distance meaning what here? bond length. Bond length of that given molecule. So bond length of given molecule means distance between two nuclei of two atoms. The charge on any one ion, suppose you take here HCl. In case of HCl, this is the distance between two nuclei. Between the nucleus of hydrogen and nucleus of chlorine, the distance is called bond length. That distance will be taken here. And charge is what now here? Charge on any one ion. So the charge on hydrogen will be delta 1. Here delta minus 1 plus 1 here. So both will be having same magnitude. Remember, here minus 1 plus 1 here, plus 1 here minus 1. Magnitude is 1 only. The magnitude of charge is 1. 1 unit negative charge, 1 unit positive charge. But only sign, SIGN, sign is different. Okay, so the charge on any one ion into the distance between two ions, two charged particles, not ion here, charged particle. So the charge on any one charged particle into the distance between two charged particles. This product is called what? Dipole moment. Okay, so if they ask you to define dipole moment in our descriptive type, don't write simply dipole moment is equal to charge into distance. Is this the definition or formula? It is only definition or formula. It is formula. But what they ask in exam, suppose if they ask you definition how to write now? The dipole moment is defined as the product of charge and distance between the charges. The product of charge and the distance between two charges. Like that, we have to write neatly sentence. Sentence formation should be very neat. According to grammar, it should be there. Then only marks will be awarded. Remember. That's why please take care. More you read, more you get marks. Okay. So don't depend only on the class. I cannot revise again all the topics. Only important areas, whatever you need, I will be giving you idea. That's all. Important areas. Remaining all you have to read. So what here? Dipole moment is equal charge into distance. Now charge will be measured in what now? Coulombs. Charge will be measured in coulombs. Okay. And distance measured in meters. We can take MKS system. So coulomb into meter. Otherwise, if you want CGS units, what will be CGS unit of charge? ESU. ESU means electrostatic unit. ESU, electrostatic unit, into centimeter we have taken. Distance will be taken in CGS, centimeter. So ESU into centimeter. Otherwise, coulomb into meter. Like that we have taken. So it is about what now here? Dipole moment. Dipole moment is equal charge into distance. We have to take. So it is what now the concept of what this one here. So whether the given molecule is non-polar, polar, how to identify? If dipole moment is 0, that is non-polar molecule. When dipole moment will be 0, if the molecule has regular geometry. What is the meaning of regular geometry here? If orbital geometry of all orbitals is equal to the molecular shape of that given molecule. Molecular shape and orbital geometry both are same. That is called what? Regular geometry. Okay, this is one thing. Now previously what we discussed, and one more thing we take, one more example we take, NH3. NH3, ammonia. In this here, nitrogen has one lone pair, we know, NH3 molecule. Now in NH3 case, in case of NH3, what is central atom here? Nitrogen central atom. How many valence electrons? 5 valence electrons. 5 valence electrons. And here 3. H3 means how many monovalent atoms? 3 monovalent atoms. So how many bonds now? 3 bonds. 3 bonds means how many bond pairs? 3 bond pairs. So 3 bond pairs. Out of 5 valence electrons, nitrogen has given how many electrons for 3 bonds? Out of 5 valence electrons, nitrogen has given 3 electrons. Then how many left over? 2 electrons left over. 2 electrons means how many lone pairs? 1 lone pair. So 1 lone pair is left over here. 1 lone pair is left over in the form of 2 electrons and 3 bond pairs are there. Then what is the VSEPR notation of this? A, B3, A, B3, L. L is what? 1 lone pair. Totally how many electron pairs? 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. So 4 electron pairs. Totally 4 electron pairs. 4 electron pairs indicating how many hybrid orbitals? 4 hybrid orbitals. 4 hybrid orbitals means what is the type of hybridization here? See here, NH3 molecule has what? AB3L. AB3L meaning what? 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Now, 4 3 plus 1, totally how many electron pairs? 4 electron pairs. Totally 4 electron pairs, indicating how many hybrid orbitals? 4 hybrid orbitals. 4 hybrid orbitals means what is the type of hybridization? sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. Okay, so like this, the type of hybridization is what sp3. Okay, now 4 hybrid orbitals means it can also be what now here? I told you dsp2 na? dsp2 also it may be sometimes. Okay, but dsp2 is not answer here in this case. Why not dsp2 here? The central atom nitrogen belongs to p block or d block. It is p block element, d block element, central atom nitrogen. It is p block element. When central atom is p block element, generally it should not be dsp2. And moreover, nitrogen is central atom. Nitrogen belongs to which period? Second period. Nitrogen belongs to which period? Second period. Second period means what will be? Second period means what will be the outermost orbit? Second orbit. Outermost orbit will be what now? Second orbit. If second orbit is outermost orbit, okay, what will be the subshells available in second orbit? S subshell will be there, P subshell will be there. S and P, that's all. So 2S and 2P only will be there. 2D will not be there. That's why D is not available in nitrogen. D orbitals are not available in nitrogen atom. That's why dsp2 cannot be present. So only sp3 is possible. And sp3, 4 hybrid orbitals and sp3. sp3 means what is the orbital geometry? sp3 means 4 hybrid orbitals of sp3 will take which shape? Orbital geometry will be equal to what? Tetrahedral. Tetrahedral. So tetrahedral geometry. Orbital geometry is what now? Tetrahedral geometry. That means what now? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. So it is tetrahedral geometry of orbitals. Orbital geometry it is. Whereas molecular shape is what? Molecular shape. Now here, totally how many electron pairs available here? 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. Na? So out of 4 hybrid orbitals here, out of 4 hybrid, I am keeping 1 lone pair here. It is lone pair. Remaining what? Bond pair, and bond pair. 3 bond pairs are there here, 1 lone pair is there. Okay, now what is molecular shape here? N will take 1 bond, second bond, third bond. So hydrogen, hydrogen, and hydrogen, NH3. And 1 lone pair will be here. 1 lone pair will be placed in what? Hybrid orbital. 1 lone pair will be placed in hybrid orbital. So nitrogen has how many bonds here? 3 bonds only. NH, NH, NH. 3 bonds only. This shape is what now? Trigonal pyramid. Trigonal pyramid. Only pyramid. Not bipyramid. Trigonal pyramid shape. So molecular shape is trigonal pyramid. Or simply we say pyramid. Simply we say what? Pyramid shape. So pyramid shaped molecule NH3. Molecular shape is pyramid. But orbital geometry of this one is what? Nitrogen is what? Tetrahedral. Orbital geometry is different from molecular shape. Why difference is there here? Lone pair is there here. As lone pair is present, molecular orbital is different, orbital geometry is different, means orbital geometry is different, and molecular shape is different. What is shape of NH3? If they ask you what you write, the shape of NH3 is what? Pyramid shape. And what is orbital geometry of sp3 here? Tetrahedral geometry. Okay, now here at least 1 lone pair is there now. Whenever lone pair is present, that shape is irregular geometry or regular geometry. So what we have to understand now here, this molecule is with irregular geometry. What is this now? Irregular geometry. Irregular geometry meaning what? Irregular geometry meaning what? The molecular shape and orbital geometry both are not same. When molecular shape is not same with same as what now? Orbital geometry, then the molecule is said to be having what? Irregular shape or irregular geometry. Irregular geometry meaning what? Mu is not equal to 0. Mu is not equal to 0. Mu is not equal to 0 means dipole moment is not equal to 0. Whenever dipole moment is not equal to 0, that molecule will be called polar molecule. Polar in nature. The molecule will be what now? Polar in nature. Why molecule is polar molecule here? NH3 molecule, why it is polar? Because dipole moment is not equal to 0. some value will be there here, dipole moment. Why dipole moment is not equal to 0, you understood here? Because the molecule got irregular geometry. Why you said NH3 molecule is irregular geometry? It is having irregular geometry because the molecular shape is different. For NH3, orbital geometry is different. Okay, so in this way, we have to understand each and every point keenly. Then only you can get good marks. Otherwise, you will lose marks, I'm telling. Okay, and also, whenever they ask you what is molecular shape of this NH3, you neatly write sentence wise here, not like me. Don't write NH3 like this and don't take arrow 5 electrons. Don't write 3 bonds like this in this case. It is to make you understand that, sir. But when you present in examination, descriptive examination, point wise in the form of sentence, neatly everything you have to mention. In ammonia molecule, the central atom is nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen atom belongs to 15th group. Therefore, it has 5 valence electrons. Then, around the central atom nitrogen, there are 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay, 3 monovalent atoms. Therefore, 3 bonds will be there around the nitrogen atom. 3 bonds will have 3 bond pairs. Out of 5 valence electrons of nitrogen atom, it has contributed 3 electrons for 3 bonds formation. Still 2 electrons left over on each nitrogen atom, central atom. The 2 electrons will be in the form of 1 lone pair. Next line, thus nitrogen has got 3 bond pairs around it and 1 lone pair around it. Means nitrogen atom, central atom in ammonia molecule has 3 bond pairs of electrons and 1 lone pair of electron in its outermost orbit in the valence shell. Okay, so like this, each and every sentence neatly you have to mention. Okay, in this form, short way, you should not mention anything here. Everything should be in the form of sentence and neatly written. Okay, so it's about what now here, the VSCPR notation. Don't make mistakes and please go through each and every point thoroughly. Whenever you are given one molecule and asked to write VSCPR notation, and when you are asked to write type of hybridization, everything, please follow systematically like this. But sentence in form of sentence only you have to write neatly in examination. Okay, and hybridization concept also you have to go through all types of hybridization, and next one different types of hybridization, what will be different types of bond angles, what will be different molecular shapes. These all things you have to take into mind. Okay, don't neglect any point of view, any point. Okay, so it is about VSCPR theory. So we discussed about what now so far, valence bond theory and VSCPR theory. Okay, now next topic is what? Molecular orbital theory. So in VBT and molecular orbital theory, what is the difference here? In VBT, okay, atomic orbital with unpaired electrons only will be participating. Only the atomic orbitals with unpaired electrons will be involved in overlapping process in case of what? VBT. Okay, whereas in case of molecular orbital theory, okay, the atomic orbitals with paired electrons also will involve in combination. So linear combination of atomic orbitals is there now one concept, LCAO. In molecular orbital theory, the atomic orbitals will be combining with each other by which method? LCAO method. LCAO stands for linear combination of atomic orbitals. So the LCAO method will be used there. So in this case, now what happens here? The atomic orbitals containing unpaired electrons as well as paired electrons all will be involved here in the combination process. But in VBT only unpaired electrons only will be involved. Orbitals with means half filled orbitals only will be involved there. In VBT, half filled atomic orbitals only will be involved, whereas in MOT, orbitals with paired electrons, fully filled orbitals also will be involved. And second difference is that in VBT, only the orbitals of valence shell, only the orbitals of outermost orbit will be involved in overlapping process. Whereas in case of molecular orbital theory, both, okay, all orbitals of all shells, not only outermost orbit, valence shell, okay, penultimate shell, anti-penultimate shell. So all the orbitals of all shells, will be involved in combination process. Okay, next one. In case of VBT, it could not explain some of the properties. Okay, bye. Good day. Time up.